Okay, here's a look at the difference. Here's the original LockNLube, which is just fantastic. I'm trying to line it up right here on this line. But in a nutshell, the long version here, I do have him on a swivel. I really enjoy the swivel too on the grease gun. Where this one don't have it, you'll fight 10 times less if you have a swivel. So what we're looking at is basically 2 inches more of usable length. But there are practical applications that can get you in trouble on this extra length. I'm going to show you that on a subcompact tractor right now. Okay, there's where we are. You can see the hose. Maybe you can. See the bend in the hose. Now I've got clearance here. Another inch would be very tight. Another 2 inches would be out of the question. So let's see what the distance is on that. I'm curious myself.
Okay, I'm on the ground. It looks like 6, 7, 8. Looks like about 9 inches. So 7-inch clearance. I don't think you're going to be able to bend your hose to get that greased. That's just something you might need to think about. But let's look at the other 99% of the time where it really shines. Here's a good example of where the extra reach really shines on that. Although I never had a problem with the short one on this one. And this Zerk, my fingertip is on the end of that Zerk. So it's about maybe an inch. Not too bad. So my hand is way down here. It's actually resting on my pad. The pad's about 1.25 inches thick. And I can guide that and hit that and release it, and I'm on. Now let's see if she'll pump. My grease gun is brand new. Yeah, I think I can hear it. That's that good sound you want to hear whenever you're greasing a U-joint. That's 2 pumps. Excellent. Yeah. Okay, that's an application. Now this guy, he's going to be simple. You just put him on there. But like I say, here's an example. Of course, I can turn him, get him anywhere I want him. Well, with this, check out this. Swivel, you can do it on your thumb. You can swivel it to your index. Whatever suits you. And he's on there. While he's on there, we'll give him a couple of shots. Maybe he deserves 3. I think that's good. And we'll get that back later. I want to show you some other applications. Okay, now let's look at this. You guys with 0 turns. Some of them fittings are kind of down in there to the deck and tucked down away from the frame. All I have to do is get my finger here, my thumb or index on the trigger, on the lever, and look at that. That's a good 5 inches of reach that I have. And here's where that really comes in. It's fitting right in there. Fitting on that back roller. This is on a 61-inch skag. That reach makes it awful handy to get in there and grease him. Get down on that one. Of course, he's not a problem. The extra 5-inch reach is really handy on him. And the list goes on and on. This is made by LockNLube. It says made in South Africa. They've got a patent on it. I also bought the complete grease gun from them. They also sell Pressol, made in the EU, but I think that's made in Germany. If I remember right, it said right on the box, made in Germany. 100 years. That's pretty impressive. This is an awesome gun. It's by far the best gun I've ever owned, and it deserves its own video, so I won't disrespect it by talking any positive points on it at this time. So in summary, it's a great system, and it's got a lot of advantages. Keep one thing in mind. Go ahead and go through your application and see what you have. If you're trying to grease a piece of equipment and you have 7 inches or less between the Zerk and the wall, say the frame of the equipment or a beam, any kind of support, that's what you got to look at. 7 inches or less, it's not going to work. But if you've got over 7 inches, but if you have a good 8 inches of clearance, the hose might have a pretty good bend in it, but it should work. Put a pretty good bend on that hose. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them in the comment section. And thanks for watching, and work safe out there. Have a good one.